Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com. I just wanted to do a little video about the symbolism of lines and putting lines together and what they actually mean. I've had a few people in the last few days ask me about crosses, and yeah, we could do a whole video on the symbolism of crosses because, you know, crosses have been around for thousands of years. Even pre-Christian times, there were lots of cross symbols. But I don't want to focus on the cross in this video per se. I'd rather just look at lines. And so what you learn in this video, you'll be able to apply to every day when you see logos and lines, and it'll give you another, I guess, further deeper understanding of when you see a logo, what that company is all about. Okay, so if they haven't put a lot of thought in, they'll just sort of grab any old logo and unconsciously give themselves away. Same with taglines. I've dealt with a couple of dishonest companies decades ago, and they use a tag like "you can trust us" or something, and of course I found out I couldn't. So the taglines that companies use are really important because sometimes what they say, they do the exact opposite. So it took me 10 years to receive the tagline for Absolute Soul Secrets. 10 years I waited for that to come from Spirit, to come to me, which is, you know, when you really have to know. And so it's very interesting, you know, now I look at companies in a whole new light when I see their tagline. Let's go to the board now, and I'm just going to draw a few lines for you so you can see what I'm on about. Okay, so the first obvious line that we'll deal with is the vertical line. Okay, so this is all about the energy. The original meaning of a vertical line is the energy coming from spirit down to earth. Okay, it's the physicality becoming physical. So spirit is always the finest energy, and it is the last energy to manifest. Then we have the mental energy, which is a bit more denser than the spiritual energy. Then the emotional energy, which is denser again. And lastly, we have the physical energy, which is the densest, to the point of we can actually have physical items, molecules coming together, the basic building blocks of life and whatever, to make physical reality. Okay, so it always starts up in the spiritual. So this vertical line means bringing heaven down to earth. It's a dynamic line. It's got energy. All lines have energy, but it's got more dynamic fluid movement to the vertical line, whether it be going up or down. The next line to talk about is the horizontal line. And the horizontal line is like a line that's already laying down. It can't fall anywhere, like, because if it was on the earth, it's already sort of down, if you know what I mean. When you put a vertical line with a horizontal line, you have this energy coming down from heaven, but you have an energy going crossways. Okay, so this horizontal line can block the energy of the vertical line coming down. So it can go either way, you know. So that makes a cross. And like I said, I'm not going to focus on it, but a cross is symbolic of sacrifice. Sacrifice, okay? Because the energy coming down that way is blocked by horizontal energy. So that should be straighter, actually, not diagonal. So it's not getting all of the way down to earth. You can't manifest your heart's desires if there's a horizontal line blocking the traversing the vertical line of bringing your desires down to be made physical. Hope that makes sense. Another line to talk about is the circle that's supposed to join. So the circle is a sign of completion. It tends to be when you see when you see curves, they are feminine. It tends to be a feminine symbol. Okay, a variation on this, and it's also about completion or coming full circle or a cycle of something. A variation on this is the oval. You can see I'm not very good at drawing. The oval, which is like an egg shape. This is all about potential. Okay, so if you see logos or things with this sort of oval shape, you know there's a lot of potential in it. If you see horizontal lines and vertical lines together, you know that the energy could be blocked. If you see diagonal lines like that, they're not as stable as horizontal or vertical lines. So if you see a company that's using lots of diagonal lines, just look into that company a little bit further. There could be more going down. Interestingly, some houses' roofs are like that, and it's like the instability of one is offset by the instability of the other. So that's a whole other thing to look at as well. But I just find it really very interesting to look at lines and think about what they could possibly mean. And so going back to the cross, as you would have heard me say on some videos from time to time, if you wear a cross or you have crosses in your home, do be aware that the energy incarnating, coming down from spirit to from heaven to earth, is being blocked that way. Okay, so that's why it represents sacrifice. I find it's a really good practice if you can blend the curves and the straight lines together. In nature, nothing is 110% or 100% straight. There's always a little sort of bend in there somewhere. It may go along for a bit, looking straight, but then in the big picture it curves, So this is a blend of the male and female together, and I find that's what works best. If you can incorporate different aspects of duality, bring the duality together of the opposites, integrate it into your life. So by that I mean take opposites and try and compromise, get the best out of both, and then you'll be able to use that in your life in some way. Okay, so that's it for now. I will do a proper video on this one time, but just doing it now because so many people have been asking me lately. Okay, have a great day. Bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.